We've all seen what the Great Sphinx in Egypt looks like, but few are aware there's an Arkansas Sphinx in the Ozark National Forest northeast of Clarksville. 10.5 miles north of Hagerville off Highway 123, take County Road 4840 for half a mile and park at a clearing off to the right. After parking at the little pull-off area on County Road 4840, you'll walk about 40 yards or so and then be looking for a pine tree right over here with rock cairns next to it. There is a trail that folks have made in previous years, and it's actually marked in red. Later, the trail becomes steeper and steeper at about a 45-degree angle or more straight up the mountain for 900 feet, which actually feels more like half a mile. Of course, the higher up you go, the more spectacular the scenery. But I tell you, this last 100 feet or so, whew, I would not advise doing this in the heat of the summer. In no way. Oh. What did I say earlier? Feels more like a half a mile? Make that a mile. There it is. Just kidding. A few more feet. Oh man, a few more feet. And after what seems like an eternity of huffing and puffing and huffing and puffing some more, finally getting a glimpse of the Arkansas Sphinx off in the distance calls for some jubilation. There she is! Once you finally make it up to the Sphinx, you'll see why the climb up the mountain was well worth it. Unbelievable. Resembling a much more weathered-away Sphinx, the Arkansas Sphinx, a ginormous sandstone monolith, towers above everything else in this portion of the Ozark National Forest, about 20 miles as the crow flies northeast of Clarksville. This is definitely one of the more unique rock formations you will ever find in Arkansas, that's for sure. And when you see it for the first time, all you can do, like I did, is just stand there and stare at it. So if you don't have the opportunity to go and see the Great Sphinx of Egypt, a smaller resemblance thereof can be enjoyed right here in the natural state with the Arkansas Sphinx. This is one of those gone fishing segments. Word has it that a really good fishing hole is Lake Atkins, and judging by the boats being put in the water, we can see that. Now, not only that, but people come here for the burgers alone. And at the Lucky Landing Bait Shop / Diner is where you can order up one of those famous burgers. Whether the craving is for burgers or crickets, owner Sharon Vinson aims to please.
If it wasn't for the customers, I wouldn't be here. But yeah, we have a lot of locals who fish this lake and have fished it since they were little, grown up, have grandkids who come now, and of course you can tell by all the pictures. So, yeah. Okay, so on a really good day, how many of those burgers do you make? On a really good day, I've probably made 40 burgers. Wow. Or 50, yeah. And for a small place like this, that's yeah, a lot of burgers. That's a lot of burgers.
And a lot of big bass as well, the proof being with all the pictures on the walls. Jeanette Nichols remembers coming to Lake Atkins to fish with her dad some 45 years ago.
I've been coming here ever since then, you know, and my favorite spot used to be right over here on the corner. I sat there about 2 hours. I caught 60 fish. Brim, I love brim. I don't know what all I had. I had a lot of brim, I know that. It took me, this has been about 5 years ago, it took me, I don't know how many hours to clean them. So, and I really enjoyed eating them. But no, this is a good lake. It's got some big fish. If you're a bass fisherman, this is where you want to go.
Yeah, those Florida strain largemouth bass in here.
Right. And they got nice crappie. I have friends that live down the street. They catch catfish out of here, crappie, and of course you saw the bass a while ago. There's nice bass in here. Of course, what I fish for is whatever jumps on my hook, except turtles. But no, this is a good lake. I love it. Been coming here a long, long time.
Ever since you were little, you said?
Yeah, probably 7, 8 years old, coming out here, and I've been all over this lake with my daddy. My daddy, he taught me how to come out here, and, you know, this is one of the pleasures in life that I like, you know. It's coming out here, it's peaceful. Whether you catch anything or not, if you got bad things going on, stress or whatever, go to the lake and, you know, just chill out. Just take deep breaths and chill out.
You're right there, you know. There's nothing better to relieve stress than good old fishing. That's what I always tell folks, too.
Yeah. I like fishing with kids. I used to have a little buddy that come out here with me. He and his brother really didn't care about it. That little kid, boy, he could pull them in. He lost one of my favorite rod and reels sitting right over there. But that's all right. He enjoyed himself. And it was fun, you know, watching him catch them. Oh.
Now, if I could learn how to cast, I'd be doing good. See, there I go, tangling up your fishing pole.
Well,
golly.
I do that numerous times myself. That's why I always bring two with me, because if they're biting real good, then you don't want to spend time unwinding it. big it was. But
T.K. Wilson is another avid angler here on Lake Atkins who just before we arrived landed this beauty he proudly showed us on his cell phone.
The one I caught today was right about 7.5, close to pushing 8.
I guess you come out here a lot?
Just about every week, once or twice, during the spring anyway.
Now, of course, with the Florida strain largemouth bass in this lake, I guess folks have a pretty good chance of catching 5 pounds plus.
Yeah, it's a really good lake. I've caught quite a few over 5 pounds this spring.
So you were using, you said, if you could reveal a frog?
Yeah, I was using a frog today and just around the cypress trees and the cypress knees, and just bumping it across and letting it sit, and they just been exploding on the frog.
And I guess spinner baits are good out here. What else?
Spinnerbait, floating worm, frog, and in the summertime you can start throwing a big worm and really start catching them when they move on out in deeper water.
After we went out on TK's boat, it didn't take long for him to land another.
Oh yeah, not the one we come after.
Bigger ones in there for sure.
Little, see how fat and short they are? Just like little footballs.
When I first started coming out here about 8 or 9, 10 years ago, after they put the Florida strand in there, you know, you'd catch a 4-pounder, 5-pounder, Florida strand. They'd been in here for a few years. And then it seems like, you know, every year they get a little bit bigger, the ones, you know, the ones you're catching. They're a little bit bigger now. So now they're, you know, for the amount of people that fish the lake compared to the amount of 10-pound bass that are caught in this lake is pretty astounding, because you kind of see from the parking lot, you know, it's not really that much pressure put on the lake. But as you've seen in the pictures, there's some really good fish being caught.
Oh, yeah. Bank fishing on Lake Atkins isn't too shabby either. Just ask Claude Everett.
I come out here for the brim fishing and catfishing.
Ah.
You can catch some nice blue cats and a lot of real nice brim. You know, on a good day. You get 25 to 30 of them on a good day.
Wow. You
Nice.
come out here often?
Yeah, it's close to my town, yeah. I come out at least once a week.
And just about on any given day here, a new generation of fishermen get instructions from Dad for a lifetime of memories.
Ready? Go it. You did it.
Daddy, I'm gonna
Here, right there. No, don't reel it in yet. Don't reel it in yet. You gotta wait for a fish to bite it.
This is nail. This is a nail.
Yeah, he's gotta bite it.
Now how to go bite it? How to bite it?
Watch your bobber. Wait for your bobber to go in and then you reel it in.
Now, if you come out here to Lake Atkins and by any chance you don't get any bites on your fishing pole, well, then there's only one thing left to do, and that's to bite into this bad boy, the Bear Burger. Ah, yes. That's what I'm talking about right there. Mighty fine. Ain't that right, Claude?
Yeah, it is.
It was founded in 1878 by Benedictine monks. And the building you see off in the distance behind me is quite impressive, something that you would see in Europe. You may have noticed it driving down Highway 22 in Subiaco. But if you've never stopped to take a look inside, you're missing out on quite the story. Subiaco Abbey is named after Subiaco, Italy, where St. Benedict began his monastic life in the early part of the 6th century. The monks who settled here in 1878 were following the rule of life written by St. Benedict.
The land grant that they chose, and they could have chosen from hundreds and hundreds of acres, they chose this quite possibly because they were Swiss and maybe were homesick for the Alps and so forth, but they against these ridges over here.
Which is about a mile or so from the present location. After the original log structures, frame buildings were then later constructed in the 1880s, which made up the first monastery, including this chapel on a hill, a replica of which has been built at the current Abbey area. It wasn't until recently, in 2014, that the foundation of one of the original buildings was discovered.
This is the foundation of the Sisters' Convent, the Sisters' House and School. And it's the thing we've discovered lately. The monks had a monastery here in 1878. It's further to the east, and we thought that everything was further east, and we discovered this by an old picture that was found in the archives last year.
So are there any plans to make this even, as far as expanding it, restoration and all that?
Well, right now our idea is we're still uncovering, and we're trying to clear and find out what exactly is here. And once we find out everything we can, then possibly we'll set up, have markers and maybe a little tour that people can take to see where things were at the beginning. Somebody had a metal detector after we got this uncovered, and over by that foundation rock over there they found a coin. It was a German 1875 a 5-pfennig coin, and the sisters came from Germany, the monks came from Switzerland, so it was the sisters' money.
After a fire destroyed the buildings in 1901, during the early 1900s, a new monastery was built at the current site, and in 1959, the Abbey Church was completed. There's also Subiaco Academy, a boys' college preparatory boarding school with grades 7 through 12. Almost half of the students are from out of state, including several foreign countries. Originally, the farm that the monks established here was a dairy operation.
The monks had a regular dairy and beef herd for over 100 some odd years, you know. And then in 63, we went into a regular beef herd. It was a commercial type beef herd, just regular cattle. And then in 1999, with the help of McMahon, a man that lives up the road, he was a big farmer, he got us interested in the Angus herd. So what we did then, we took 3 cows, and they sent them up to, I don't know what state it is up there, and then they were surrogate mothers, and then they brought them back down here and put embryos in them. And then that's how we started our herd from that. And then they're all registered Angus, and we breed them to the best bulls in the country. Abbeys were always quite self-sufficient. We raised everything. We had the chickens, we had the hogs and everything. But
and rabbits, you used to have rabbits.
Yeah, we had rabbits, and then the thing is, you know, we can still use it for our use, but the way regulations are now, whatever you would grow, you have to go through quite a process to be able to serve it to the kids and to the public. You just can't do that, you know. And then we run down on, we don't have as much monks as we used to take care of these operations, because back in those days, some of them, the people that come to the monasteries came from a different type of background. They might have come from an agricultural background. But now the vocations of people come in to become monks, they're not from that type of background. They're more from the education. So the young monks that come into the monastery now are probably going into the school business. But back in the day, you had the monks that were teachers, but you had a lot of lay brothers that did the manual labor. And then most of your abbeys were self-sufficient, you know. They used to have row crops here. We still make quite a bit of hay for the cattle. Most of your abbeys will have a vineyard, and then the monks, it goes back to, I guess, European times, and they would supply wine for the monastery, and we also use it for our sacramental use in church, you know, for our masses and etc. And we only have about an acre, and we make enough wine for our table and then for the church use. I take care of the vineyard, and Brother Anselm takes care of the winery.
And I guess, from what I understand, you're one of the few abbeys that still carry on that vineyard tradition.
Yeah, a lot of them don't have much of a vineyard, as far as I know, you know, in the States here. Now, over in Europe, that's a different story, you know, because they're known for their wines and their vineyards and etc.
There's also a sawmill here operated by 85-year young Father Bruno. And a carpentry shop where wood engravings are accomplished by utilizing computer programs.
And what we do is we carve different sacred statues and things like that out of old barnwood sometimes.
And last but not least, the monks even make their own peanut brittle, jelly, and, from the peppers that are grown, monk sauce of all things. It's all part of living a life of prayer, work, and service to their community.
The founder of our order is St. Benedict, and his motto is Ora et Labora, which means pray and work, and you saw evidence of that today. We pray early in the morning, 5:45, the morning prayer, and then we have Mass. We have a quiet meditation period in between there. We have, again at noon, and then we have another prayer session at 5:30, and our final one is Vespers at 7:05. Of course, all those periods of prayer, we welcome guests like yourself when you were here. When we have retreats on the weekend, the choir stalls where we prayed will be filled pretty well. And, you know, you asked, well, who do you pray for? Well, we pray for the whole church as representatives of Catholics everywhere. And specifically, every evening at Vespers, we have petitions that people have sent in. So we pray specifically for grandmother who died or uncle who has cancer. Those are specific things. And so our whole life is centered on prayer and work. And we think both of them, according to St. Benedict, and we follow his rule, are quite important. You know, you met some of our young monks today, and one of the things young and old alike would tell you that one of the attractions for life at Subiaco, and I would say the young people, and I agree, would say the community life. Not only just the community life, but the balance of prayer and work, and living with people who have the same ideals as you have. And another thing people will tell you is we have a lot of variety in what we do.
So if you'd like to take a tour of Subiaco, give them a call and set up a visit. They'd love to have you. And to see this episode again or to order a copy of one, visit our website at aetn.org/exploringarkansas. And don't forget to like us on our Facebook fan page. And we'll see you again the next time for another exciting adventure on Exploring Arkansas.